Hey everybody, welcome to another awesome video. My name is Aaron and I'm part of the Zeus Maximus YouTube channel. So, how to double your FPS, this is the topic for today's video. As you can see, I am on GTA 5, which is one of the most graphically demanding games out there at this moment in time, and I am currently on my fraps whilst recording, getting between 45 being the lowest and 60 frames per second, 60 frames per second being the highest. So, especially if you're playing this on a laptop, you definitely want to watch this tutorial. So what you want to do is press escape, okay? You want to go down to your settings, okay? And then you want to go down to graphics. Now, first thing you want to do is look at your video memory, okay? It'll have two numbers, one on this side and one on that side. You want to note down what this number says, okay? I have got a 2 GB graphics card, so that'd be 2048 MB, okay? That is my graphics card. That is all the memory my graphics card can hold up to. Right now, I am playing this game at 60 frames per second, pretty smoothly, sometimes with dips to 45, like I said, and I've used only, I would say, about 3/4 of it, okay? So I've only used 1468 MB, okay, which is about 1.4 gig of video memory. So what you want to do is you have different versions here, okay? You want to start off by taking off DirectX 11, okay? If you're running this on a laptop, then take off DirectX 11. If you have a decent graphics card up to 2 gigs or over, keep DirectX 11 on, okay? So only do this if you have something lower than this, okay? And you can turn it down to 10.1 because watch this, okay? Did you see that then? When I change that, it uses video memory. Everything in this list will use video memory of some description, okay? So turn this down. If you turn it down again, it shouldn't change too much, okay? Now that's what you need to watch out for, okay? Now I'm using DirectX 11 because I can, but turn this down. If you have DirectX 10 Vib, I can't get my words out today. I've got a really croaky voice, sorry. If you have a DirectX 10 graphics card, so that'll be anything lower than a gigabyte in this number here. So you have a gigabyte graphics card in your computer or anything lower, then turn it down to DirectX 10. You might be able to get away with DirectX 10.1, which all it does is it just enables some settings a bit further on down the line, okay? But just for this demonstration purposes only, I'm going to keep it to DirectX 11, okay? But please, all these settings I'm going to go through, please post these, what you're doing on the comment section below and let other people see this, just so then they can benefit from this also. Okay, now, resolution. As you can see, it changes, okay? Now, I have a 1080p monitor, okay? So it means if I play this game in 1080p, I will have to suffice with a video memory of this number right here. However, if you turn it down to the lowest number, look at that, it virtually takes off 200 MB. Then again though, I'm only playing this game respectively in 800 by 600, which is less than 720p gaming. So again, if you're on a laptop, this would be suitable for you. If you're not on a laptop and you just want 720p visual gaming, okay, so that's still taking off about 160 off your MB total there, okay? This is the settings for 720p, guys, which is 1280 by 720, so that will still give you pretty reasonable graphics and resolution at the same time, and you won't really notice overly too much, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it down to 720p just to show you guys this. Okay, next thing you want to go is your refresh rate. This won't change anything in this, but you need to get this number right because that will take down visual tearing when you're in the game. So when you like turn your screen, you won't see half the screen still where you're at, and then the other half is where you're trying to turn to. You need to get this hertz right. So if you're playing on a 60 hertz monitor, then you need to go to 59 hertz. If you're playing this on like a TV or something, so you got your computer or you connected your laptop up to your TV, then you need to turn it down to 50 hertz, just because most TVs these days will only play at 50 hertz or less. Gaming monitors are 60 hertz and over, and etc. Okay. Now FXAA, so this is your anti-air listing. Okay, if you turn this on or off, nope, nothing changes. So that means, technically speaking, you could have this on and it doesn't take anything off your video memory. That's interesting. Okay, MSAA, so this is multi-sampled anti-air listing. Okay, let's turn this up. Okay, so you can see this number starting to jump again. But then again, I've just turned the resolution down and I've saved some on the video memory, but then if I turn this back up again, so I could technically play this at 720p but with 4 times MSAA on it, and I'll still get slightly less video memory there, so which means my frame per second should be a bit higher. But you know, I'm just good for demonstration purposes. Again, I'm going to show you that. Look how it changes from the more you change it. So this is what you need to be aware of. To get the best FPS, however, I do recommend this being off. VSync, worst invention ever, take it off. You can turn it to half, but then again, okay, VSync basically means that your screen megahertz, so this is all about the refresh rate, this, okay, your graphics card is much quicker than your computer screen, so it will kind of make itself wait for your screen to refresh before the graphics card will produce a new image. That's basically what VSync is, so you don't get any visual tearing. However, that has a major impact on your FPS, so you want to turn that off. Okay, pause game on, focus loss, yeah, that doesn't matter. That's just an in-game option. That's nothing. Okay, so population density. Okay, population density just tells you how many people, different varieties of people are in the game, like in the crowds and stuff, and just normal bystanders and bypassers. So if you turn this all the way down, as you can see, it doesn't change a thing, okay? This only tells the game how many random people to put in a certain spot, etc. So you want to turn this all the way up, because you can have that all the way up. Now, population variety, okay. Oh, sorry, I said the wrong thing. Population density, sorry, that tells you how many people maximum can be in one spot. Population variety is what I was just talking about, where it tells you, like, where the game says, right, I want to throw in X amount of different kinds of people, like Chinese and English and etc. into the game, Russian game, whatever. Okay, so this will have an effect. Sorry, I'm completely out of it today. Okay, so as you can tell, you turn that all the way down and you save a monstrous amount of MB, which will definitely help your FPS. So if you're on a laptop, definitely turn it all the way down to the bottom. However, having a little bit of variety on, so it kind of keeps things kind of fresh on your game, is a must. Okay, so for some reason, oh, there we go. It wouldn't let me turn it up or down then. Okay, maybe I can do it like this. Yeah, there we can. Okay, so I would recommend about 3/4 of the way up, you're only putting on a little bit of extra MB. So I've put on about 100 MB of megabytes onto there, and basically that gives you just enough variety, so then you can see different kinds of people, but it's not going to be overly noticeable, because if you think about it, you're driving super fast down the motorway in your car, you don't have time to stand there and inspect every single person's face of the different kind of changes they have, etc. So I just don't see the point. Okay, distance scaling. Now, I would assume, let me double check this, that this has something. Oh, there we go. This will have any effect. Oh no, look at that. It doesn't have any effect. So you can have the distance scaling all the way up. And what distance scaling kind of does is the scaling in the distance, obviously. So when you're driving down the motorway or whatever, like all the bridges or whatever textures in the distance will look pretty freaking sweet. So they'll all look super cool and whatever, and they won't like look distorted, or you won't be able to see them, etc. So keep that all the way up. So looking at this now, we have saved ourselves a couple of 100 MB, which is freaking awesome. Now, texture quality. This will have the highest impact on your game. Look at that. I turn it to high. Boom. Look at that. That's the next texture pack up. I went to 100 and it was 100. Sorry. 1845. That's an increase of 700 MB right there. Again, if you turn it to very high, it's even more. Okay, if you turn it on to normal, there we go, bang. Now, I've kept it on normal, and this is what I did my intro in. I have not changed it, and you can see from the intro, it looked pretty freaking sweet. Better than, or I would say on par with the Xbox One or PS4 graphics. If you keep it on normal, them are the kind of graphics you can expect. If you got a better graphics card, so say your number is 4000 MB or whatever, then feel free to turn this up and it won't impact you as such. If you're on a laptop or a lower grade graphics card, so 2000 MB or lower, keep this at normal, otherwise it will be risk it. Okay, so video memory, again, with the shader quality, will it change? Yes, it does, but only very slightly. So you could actually have this to very high, and it doesn't change between high and very high. Look at that, high, very high. If you change it over to medium, you lose literally 10 MB. Sorry, 11. No, less than that actually. You lose a few MB, which I think for a very high setting, you can easily keep that. Okay, shadow quality. So that was shader quality to shadow quality. So this is on high. If you turn it up, very high, down, up. Okay, so you get a increase or decrease of 100 MB. So that's completely up to you. However, this is all about trying to get the best graphics in the back, but with the best FPS. If you're on a laptop, turn it down to normal. If you're on a 2000 MB or higher graphics, keep it on high. But just again, for demonstration purposes, I'm going to turn this down to normal because it doesn't really overly affect this too much. But I just want to see if I can crank up the double FPS. So this is what this video is all about, to try and double your FPS. Reflection quality, I've got this on very high. If you turn it down, it will change very, very slightly. So normal, high, very high, ultra. Look at that, it's literally 10 or 12 MB per change. It's nothing major. You can keep that on ultra, no problem. Okay, reflection MSAA. If you turn it on ×2, ×4, ×8, and off. So between off and that is literally, looking at it, about 100 MB. If that. No, not even that. Sorry, because I turned it off. So that's ×8, that is off. Okay, so it's literally nothing. So you can keep that on again. So you can have ×8 MSAA, and it virtually impacts nothing on this, which is absolutely awesome. Okay, water quality. Now this should have some sort of an impact, I would have thought. But again, look at that. You put it on normal, absolutely nothing changes there. Put it on high, nothing changes. Very high, nothing. So you can put this on very high and it will change nothing in your video memory, because your video card can easily render things like that. That's what your video card does. So again, absolutely awesome, 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 awesome. Okay, particles quality. Okay, let's turn it on normal. Does it change anything? Absolutely not. So again, you can turn this on very high. Grass quality. Now this should change, I would have thought. But nope, it doesn't change a thing. And it keeps on 1118 MB, which is absolutely fantastic. Okay, so soft shadows. Now this is completely your choice. Again, this does not change anything in your video memory. So I have got an AMD card, so I'm going to put on an AMD CHS. I have no idea what that means, but hey, it's all about fancy stuff, right? Fancy words. So I'm assuming that's what AMD uses to produce grass quality. So maybe it would be, grass quality is soft shadow quality, so maybe it will be something awesome that AMD has put in. And if you have an NVIDIA graphics card, you have this option. If you're not too sure, say you're playing on a laptop, just put it on soft or softer or soft. It's completely your choice on that one. Okay, post effects. If you turn this to ultra, oh yeah, okay, so there we go. So this changes it again just a little bit. High, very high, ultra. So there's nothing between ultra and very high. It changes very minuscule for high, and it changes again for medium. So you could have this on ultra and it changes very, very slightly. It's completely insignificant to how slightly the number that changes. So again, if you want an ultra to try and get the best FPS with the best graphics, then change to that. If you are on a laptop, again, change it to normal, so you're squeezing every single performance out of that video memory as possible. Now, just for demonstration purposes, I will put it on ultra, but with the rest of these settings, so then it kind of gives you a mix of good settings and laptop settings, if you know what I mean. So that I can still show you the what's the word I'm looking for? So I can still show you the graphics in the background and how everything looks, if you know what I mean. Okay, so in-depth field and all this stuff. Okay, so motion blur strength, I would recommend to turn motion blur off. I cannot be bothered with motion blur at this moment in time. I think it's absolutely a ridiculous thing. Okay, making sure that's completely off. Yes, it is. In-game depth of field effects. You can turn this on or off, completely your choice, and it shouldn't in fact turn anything on and off or make anything more on your visual memory there. So I would recommend it on so you can get an in-game depth of field effects. I have no idea what that does, but it doesn't affect anything on memory, so why not have it on there? Okay. Anisotropic filtering. So if you turn this off, it doesn't affect anything in your video memory. That's interesting. So turn this on times 16. So what this basically does is it control this is like a ground texture smoother, if you know what I mean. So you turn on your anisotropic, I can't even say this word, filtering, and what it does is it makes all the pavement and stuff look super high, like res, and it looks pretty cool all the way into the distance. Where normally if you turn this off, you could only see like up to like there on my guy, and you can see the floor and it all looks pretty cool. Turn this all the way up and you can see all the way down there. That's basically what it does. Ambient occlusion. Now this has usually a high impact, but look at that. I lost 2 MB for turning it on normal. So between normal and high is a difference of 2 megabytes, and that's it. Tessellation, again, I would have thought this would have changed something, but no, absolutely not. So you can have very high tessellation and it doesn't impact the video memory, which I think is absolutely awesome. Okay, going down, and again, I think that's everything for that. Okay, so remember to make sure you press your space bar to apply the settings. Okay, would you like to restart now? Okay, in order to restart the game and go off with the rest of the settings and to make sure it all changes perfectly, I'm gonna press yes, and then I will meet you back into the game and I'll show you my frames per second after all the tweaks. I'll see you soon. Hey everybody, and welcome back. So I've just restarted my computer. As you can see, everything is still completely the same. I'm still getting 122 MB out of 248 MB used. Okay, all the settings are still the same. Feel free to stop and pause and making sure all the settings are exactly the same, because they are. Okay, so I loaded the game up, and off camera I am pleased to report I was getting 85 frames per second using this technique. Okay, that is double from running this game at just less than 45 frames per second minimal is what I was getting. Okay, and that was without anything recording all my fraps and whatnot. That was without recording. So I'm getting in-game off camera without recording 85 frames per second. Okay, and I'll show you what it all looks like. Okay, so now I am recording whilst playing the game, and I am getting bang on 60 frames per second. Okay, now as you can see, it doesn't take down the quality too much, and everything that we've done has really improved everything. And we are, remember, we are playing this at 720p resolution. However, for you guys with 1080p graphics card out there, the more powerful graphics cards, okay, I'm gonna turn this setting up to 1080p. Alright guys, so thank you very much for watching this How to Double Your FPS video. I hope this helps for all you guys that have a mid-tier to laptop tier systems. I hope you guys can enjoy playing this game as I do. And yeah, I hope this helped everybody in general. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you all in the next episode. Goodbye for now. Come here, you.